then can go back in. So done. Okay, one more. Okay. So we're gonna go back into the analysis for Lockdown Throwdown, and we left like at half of this match actually because of the NGPX or whatever it was called, the game show. Waiting for SNK announcement, but okay. Gonna go on. Matches just finished. We analyze this, so we're gonna go into the next one.
In the winners anyway. But yeah, you know, managing to take that. It was,
yeah, most of the success of Canaper here was an actual zoning game. They played really well. A little bit more obstination, if that's a word. Like it was like really stubborn at enforcing this, and it worked out for him.
It wasn't too bad. Like, you know, just play it safe. You know, keep it going.
So yeah, Nivek staying with Fujin, it seems.
Seems to deal with this variation fairly well, honestly. But Cloudwalker can
Man, MK11 has a lot of characters by now.
Does have that dive kick and the crazy air
I wanna pause. So 4 plus 4, 8, 10. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 24, 10, 34 characters, right?
But the thing is with this variation, the execution
barrier
is rather high for what I would personally deem as kind of mediocre damage in comparison to use like, because you have to use one offense, one defensive meter to kind of land 30%. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be a bit harder in that sense. I'm not really too sure, but both these new characters, it's cool to see the representation. Obviously, we've seen RoboCop, and we've seen Fujin being played. We also saw Shiba as our first match as well, and it's just cool to see these new DLC characters. And look at that beautiful stage.
It
Okay,
is really nice. The one thing I haven't actually noticed...
And now, as you have seen, like if you were watching before, this range Nivek is bullying Canaper with this wind gush back and forth and meter burning it as well, making it like really annoying for him to be in that position. That will force errors if the opponent is not patient enough and like unshakable. And so on.
Hasn't used this forward 4-3, which actually ends in the overhead as well. It is.
And if you think about it, it's not like the worst thing to be hit by, right? It's mostly annoying. It just, yes, it interrupts your momentum and so on. It interrupts your zoning, makes your zoning less linear. But it's not like, yo, I've been hit by 60% into
waking up, definitely playing really good now.
Nivek with a bit of a healthy.
Okay, tries to go for the throw.
One can get the cancel for the push. The gunshot, low shot.
I mean, most of this is
tries to go for the flawless block into punish. Unfortunately, misses just slightly.
Oh, into the push.
So as you can see, right, we're gonna look at the last few interactions, so to speak, with the wind gush when the wind gush starts.
The gunshot, low shot.
I mean, most of this is chip damage.
Or rush, wind rush, wind.
The hurricane kicks, he X's it. That's
so this is like his life, right? At the moment. So let's keep an eye on that.
One on the board. Oh,
it's not the biggest.
The
especially, well, he got hit. Like, really? There's not life. It's just mostly annoying and, you know, to a third position. So you definitely need to get in this mentality of nothing too big is happening, and this is a way for me to lose focus. Let's try not to lose focus.
Even try and get the gunshot out. Gets caught with the back one.
And now that hurts. That sucks.
Really hard.
Not gonna matter though. That back one is gonna chew straight through the 4-3 and wake up. Nivek now on set point.
Oh, throwing it out, wanting to maintain some space.
I think it was a good plan, like a good anti-mix for the 4-3, just in case he decided
like
to run
almost
rock,
no,
and then he
the normal ones don't even do damage. I think
pushed away. He does still have the lead. Nivek does have
and if they do, it's very like
The thing is, that's literally
little,
3%
almost.
every time. Like, it's great for space control.
Yeah, like even the chip. Look,
damage
there's almost
is
no chip.
quite laughable.
So of course you don't want to see them block like 35 of them, but
And again, looks to it, goes for the push. Oh! Whip grab. Nice, keeps it simple as well. But
Oh
again,
god!
Ooh.
No!
again the standing one instead of like anything mid or crouching, trying to keep like the punish fast, which I understand, but unfortunately it's not working out for him. Stops blocking. Wasn't expecting maybe the cancel.
Down two.
Didn't go with the down two like crushing blow. That could have probably killed.
Fatal blow.
I don't know if he'd used it before. I don't think so.
I don't think this is gonna kill, but it's gonna be real close.
What's this loss gonna do? Yep, not
Yeah,
this.
now is the cyclones. Now is the pushes. Right? Gotta be
Oh,
mindful
yeah.
of those. You can't right shield them.
Oh, that's a shame. Are we gonna see a
Give us the
friendship?
kite. Give us the kite.
Oh, no, I think we got a fatality. No, it's a kite!
Yes!
Lol.
I love this one. I love this one. It is so good. It's the skipping that gets me.
Yeah. And Nivek just like that, 3-1.
So Nive takes that
Ooh.
3-1.
Who's downloading the combat pack? And Sykes is out of here. Or am I out of here? I don't know.
Nah,
Okay.
Sykes is out of here. We had a bit of a disconnect, so we're just gonna get Sykes back
I'll get
in
Sykes
as
back
soon
in
as we
here.
can. And I'll just
That is
Okay, so here we go
mentioned
again.
earlier. I say earlier, just a few seconds ago. In a tournament like this, it gives you the freedom to ultimately play whoever you kind of.
bashed my leg on the chair that Callum left there.
You
Well,
didn't see that, but I did. He essentially got. He got wake up supered by the chair. So we're gonna have Buhar now playing this. Oh, V2 as well. Okay, this variation, quite a unique one. Beautiful spacing. Buhar at the moment with the backwards and forward stashes. Let's being pretty careful. Start that drill. So downfall, multiple downfalls at the moment. Let's see, we'll catch him up here.
Okay.
Do down three.
Ooh, tried to whiff punish, but he actually went on with the string. Now, in Mortal Kombat, this is quite common, I would say. Right? So what happens is, in other games, you see a whiff, like here, right? Especially in 2D games, where you have like single buttons rather than strings. Way more common. When this whiffs, right, you want to punish, so you start moving forward, or eating your button or whatever. However, the string goes forward, like stays on, comes back, and you get hit. That sucks because this is like a lot of the time, not always, but this is like quite uncommon in 2D games. So you think with this mentality you
Back
get
one goes
fucked.
for the drill. No, good spacing. He exits it, keeps it safe. Nice stuff. Back 1-1 goes for the drill again.
Okay,
Buhar's
back.
really good with his execution at the moment, keeping things relatively safe.
Okay.
Now, this is the variation of
Gets a
course,
throw,
that I was
back
talking
throw into the
earlier
corner,
about.
smart.
Is the execution worth the damage payout? And Buhar, for the most part, right now, seems to be keeping things relatively simple. Of course, cancelling back 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, or whatever the button is, into basically.
So this slide, right? There's a bit something like particular to talk about with that slide. So the range is alright. It's pretty good, right? It's not the fastest option, but what you need to know about Mortal Kombat is you cannot, like in other games, walk back, right, and block at the same time. When you block, you hold the button and you're stuck in this position, right? So either you crouch block and you block the low, or you're gonna get hit if you walk back, which works kinda as a fighting game as well. The problem is with this is with fighting games kinda it's easier, it's more immediate to walk back and block, whether in Mortal Kombat not as much.
Basically, down back forward is the drill, but on saying that, went for the cancel.
Oh, finds a
I mean, it is really cool.
conversion
So, like,
anyway.
Probably there's going to be a few similarities from playing upgraded so much with
Okay.
down up and being able to
So he gets to keep it on the cancel? Damn, I didn't know that. The fatal blow usually once you use it, it's gone. But since like Johnny Cage can cancel it, I think it just keeps it unless he uses it. I'm not sure. No, it's not blinking anymore, so probably it's gone. No, it's recharging. Yeah, there we go. Now he has it available again.
Oh no, very
It's not gonna be able to use it though.
You just straight
worst part. After the door was knocked like that, I went and opened it after getting crushing blowed by the chair that you left over here when I was trying to find the keys. There was no one there.
Wow.
There was a leaflet to a pizza place. How did they knock the door? They struggled to get it through the letterbox. Back to the match. Anyway, check through that back 1-2-1. Gonna confirm this is that reach stand.
Okay, Meter burns it to combo, puts him back in the corner. Very, very smart to be aware of that. His opponent rolls out and doesn't get a throw to stop him from doing that, but regardless, it was very good to meter burn, cross up, and push him back in the corner. Very good decision.
Right? I don't know. Should we touch upon that bug? With V2 Fujin regarding his down back 4?
Fire actually. I'm interested because I have not heard of this.
Okay, keeps in the corner once again with a throw, and you can see all these throws are front throws. Now you need to know something about Mortal Kombat. You attack a throw with either 1 or 2, right? So 1 or 2, you attack the throw, depending on which one. I don't remember now the order, but basically 1 is I think 2 is the front attack and 1 is the back attack, or the other way around. So there is a mix-up in the throw attacking. It's not like, you know, Street Fighter, you attack a throw and it's back throw or forward throw, doesn't matter. You attack that and there is a mix-up, because if you fail the throw, you enter a state of throw attack fail, and the next throw may be crushing blow if the opponent has crushing blow in throws. So the fact that he threw him 2 times forward actually here spells obvious, right? Because you don't want to throw your opponent out of the corner, because you will lose advantage and put yourself into the corner. But the mix-up stays in actually throwing him out of the corner. So they fail the throw. If you have throws, if you have crushing blow throws, they fail the throw tech, and next throw might crushing blow, so counter it basically.
Drill. Oh, that was a clean jump. Flawless block, they lasted the amplified drill. You can no longer get the pushback on the amplify after that, as if it were
nice. Either burn, continue, extension, fatal blow cancel to
Oh
kill.
my God, is this a flawless?
Oh no!
Oh, almost.
He fucked up. Okay.
You gotta be greedy there.
Oh, never mind. A whiff actually kills
Opkopua. Not just my leg, but I feel betrayed by whoever was at that door. Alright, now Flet, that was just the first game, right? Didn't miss too much?
Don't worry, if your leg's broken for Halloween, like, you can just... Oh, you can cosplay as Kotal Khan, I can roll you out in a wheelchair.
It doesn't help that my last name is Khan.
Yeah, see, you're getting it.
But just like that, Flet moving on. 1 game, sticking with that main. I wonder if Puha's gonna be rocking Fujin the whole way.
He's gonna stick him with him. Again, like I said at the very start, this is a good opportunity to show off these characters and get some practice against some higher upper echelon players instead of the trash you find in Combat League.
Now, I just want to touch on this. So Gustavo, I'm sure you're joking, right? I have to assume that you're joking about Flet tryharding with his main. I mean, they're playing with money on the line. They're playing for money. So you can't really blame him for playing his main.
Yeah.
But if you're not being serious and you're being sarcastic, then like it's totally whatever. Like just ignore it.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Okay.
oh, you got
Wow, what an opening. Let's rewatch that actually.
But just like that, Flet moving on. 1 game, sticking with that main. I wonder if Puha's gonna be rocking Fujin the whole way.
He's gonna stick him with him. Again, like I said at the very start, this is a good opportunity to show
I think it was just like a what's it called? A bear jumping, basically like a hard read jumping, but we're gonna watch the opening again, so I was distracted.
I just want to touch on this. So Gustavo, I'm sure you're joking, right? I have to assume that you're joking about Flet tryharding with his main. I mean, they're playing with money on the line. They're playing for money. So you can't really blame him for playing his main.
Mhm.
But if you're
No,
not
no,
being
it was a
serious,
whiff
you're being
punish. So
sarcastic,
look
then,
at the damage, like, Flat is gonna hit from with punishing a button. It's pretty good. Like, it's pretty cool to see this interaction. So that's the whiff punish, and here comes the pain.
if you're not being serious, you're being sarcastic, then like it's totally whatever. Like just ignore it.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you got it.
Damn.
30%
into the corner. Let's go. Only 1 meter spent as well.
Gets the breakaway though. I think Flip may have been trying to look for a punish right there. Doesn't get the confirm on the jump in.
Beautiful throw tech from Flip right there. Nice lotus block. Too hard. Definitely not out of this just yet, but fully commits to the string. Okay. May have
tried to get a cancel on it. It is a good
Nice.
It is.
Full conversion.
Ooh.
Nice
Almost
like
dead.
that with the 2-3
One throw. She kill?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very hard to do. That's very, very hard to do. Not gonna lie, being chair punching sounds like you're simply go to.
Okay.
And then
Nice. It just stood out like of the wind.
no, the
make him
wind touch.
T-pose. Let's go. The Gmod attack. Catches him straight at the air with the Skywalker.
But right now, there's no like there are no bars offensively. So anything that comes in, Flat needs to like remember that there is no extension. So all the moves he knows of Fujin, they're gonna be the raw version, like the main version of the move, not the meter burn one. Nice whiff punish there. Get some breathing room after the out of the corner.
Man. The range on back one is just so good. Being able to use it at that max range just seems so scary.
Nice poking, nice walking back and forth. Unfortunately, there was no anti-air. Probably was not expecting like a
Stop.
second jump in a row.
Oh, version of it. That one. So the 1-2 into the drill.
Nice.
I say that
Okay.
drill. Effectively sword spin goes to the restand.
Drops. Or
It
I
works
would
like
just
a
say
drill.
stand.
It looks
Okay.
like in how he uses it, it does the twisty.
And now once again,
Yeah,
forward
that's the
throw.
twist.
Just like that.
Down
check for
one,
that 1-2 after the
one,
down
one,
hit.
two, I think, or 1-1-2.
Uha probably caught trying to duck in that situation. Hey, Dream, just be glad you have ice cream sandwiches over there. We really like ice
Nice.
cream
The
sandwiches
D3
here.
used to
No,
lower
but
the
you do get
hitbox and
disappointed
go
when
under
that is
without
not
blocking.
as fun as you'd like.
Moves him forward a little bit, maybe.
Right here.
So,
Oh, check.
but yeah, regardless, like Flat at
Snapshot.
the moment has
Three.
the pressure, has the
Jab,
advantages,
jab,
all
jab.
the right
There you
reads, the
go.
jumps, and so on.
Oh, beautiful stuff. Buhan really struggling to get out of the corner at the moment. It's just all Flat.
Flet's pressure has been insane.
There's not
right
much to
now. He's
analyze
got a
here,
lot of
to be honest.
options
Okay.
to use so well.
Finds an opening.
Uha right there, he's probably missing a
He
confirm
chooses to
again.
try and go in. Like, I understand this. In a game like Mortal Kombat, this is understandable because it's solo and anything chips. So it's not like other games where if you avoid, say, a fireball, avoid the special, you're fine. In this game, everything chips. So you want the big openings, you want to get in, you want to close the distance. In other games, you can chill a little bit more and try and play a more composed game.
Have to try and make something miraculous happen because he's working with a really big health deficit. Really,
Yeah,
going for the
tried to
Hail Mary.
bank
He's
all of
punished
it.
on but the
Fair
chip-
enough. Like it was
That chip was
the
going
last
to get him
round. And
eventually. So the question is now, does
it was
Buhan
pretty
decide to
desperate.
switch over to upgraded Jackie? That is
I think
Well,
like
you know,
there is
right
a
now, it seemed really
there
strong
is
in
an
his past few
element
games,
of
and
not
Uha's
wanting
not
to
really been
block
doing badly per se,
at some
it's just like,
ranges, so not being able for
it
the
seems
jump
like
in.
he's just kinda,
Because
the
of
execution's
the
really slipping him by. Like he's getting nice hits, but he's not able to turn it into consistent high amounts of damage.
of course.
Like,
because probably
It's still
even is a
very
new
early
character,
days,
maybe
and the
doesn't
thing
know
is,
him that
with this
much.
character,
'Cause
you have to
the game hadn't
pre-dial
been
in a
out for the
lot of
longest
combos
time when
before you cancel
this
them.
tournament was
After a while
happening.
of literally
But
effectively mashing your face
regardless,
against the
there's not a
controller,
lot
it
of
starts to
focus
get
on
quite
anti-airing
tiresome.
Flat at all.
Looks
And
like
I
Buhan
think
wants
it's
to stick
because
with
he's
the
always
guns here,
trying
effectively
to move
follow
out of
through on
range with
Fujin, which is
punish, so the
fair.
focus is
I
grounded.
respect the decision to do it. 'cause
That
many
this is
people have
happening.
been waiting for this character approximately about 14 years since Armageddon.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's been a while that Fujin has been missing.
14
And
years.
since
character.
Armageddon, and it's like Armageddon Fujin is it was
Okay.
interesting. He looked really cool.
Yeah, well, this is
But hit everyone in that
Nice,
game.
fancy
Ooh, right
slide,
here, catches it this
catches
time.
him walking forward.
Also,
There's a lot of
beautiful
confidence for
stuff right
Flat
there.
from the last
Unfortunately, he
game,
doesn't
so
get the maximum damage, 'cause
it's
didn't,
nice to stop
get
his
every single
momentum.
hit of that drill.
See the jump behind. Now We talked about this a few minutes ago, but when he like meter burns this, first thing he does as soon as he recovers is jump, because he wants to, well, of course, get the combo, but in Mortal Kombat, if you cross somebody up and press a button at the right time, there is an auto turn, right? So, right? Am I saying bullshit? I remember there was a thing with jump too, with punches, but I might be wrong on that. But regardless, he wants to push the opponent to the corner, right? He wants to, all the carry that he will have from this hit will push the opponent to the corner if he doesn't drop it. So there's always also an element of positioning, because you can do the same damage from walking back and then jumping forward, but that would put him away from the corner, and there's bigger distance for sure to get to that corner rather than to get to this corner from this position. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's always like something to think about.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Now forward throw, still pushing through the corner. Just trying to reset now, because I don't know if in this variation Fujin doesn't really have the gun, the gush of winds and so on, but it seems like the fireball is giving
It is so
problems.
Clean. Forward 3-1.
Problems. Okay. When they're mid screen, doesn't really matter. Like you push it to a corner or the other, unless you want some interactable interaction for whatever reason you want to get advantage of that. That's an element of Mortal Kombat too.
Snapshot. Jump freeze, gonna take the. Yeah, that was actually a very smart decision from Flet. Putting Puha relatively close to the corner right now would be very, very problematic. 3-4.
Again, he goes on with the shrink, so it's making him scared of with punishing him.
He's not mixing it up with that 4-3, real nice.
Ooh, one into the drill again.
I love seeing that combo. Can't get bored of that.
Get a burn.
Too sick.
See, this time he kept in front because we're closer to this corner.
You know, Puha's definitely quite the execution beast himself. But it's definitely starting to pick things up now. If he can maintain...
It's only been forward throwing. Like the big giveaway here is only forward throws. So even if you're not ready, because you were not looking for him grabbing you, the moment you see the animation, this is your big, check forward rather than back. Unfortunately, that's not coming in.
Execution with his composure is really, really chaos. Yeah, there it is again. Oh, gets clicked flash kick.
I don't know if that was a punish or just a case of trying to
enhance it. There we go. That trip guard.
Okay, forward, push back. Okay, so he has the gun, and just for whatever reason, it's not really contesting the fireball game with it.
Oh, the cancel! That is dead.
Crushing blow.
That is gonna be over. I mean,
this will kill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Flet dropping that. Yeah,
damn, Flet
as well, going for the
was really dominating in this this game as well.
We do okay. So Sykes says that the electricity was turned off as well. In that situation, what an unfortunate time for that to happen when he's when when he has the round. But Flet, taking that 3-0 over Puha's Fujin.
If you have any questions, just ask.
Out of this. He is in the loser's bracket. We'll have to see what he does over here. If he's going to be rocking Fujin all the way. I assume that this is also a really good testing ground for many people who wanted to play these DLC characters, because they're able to play in a competitive environment and test their mettle really against just a bunch of different players and a variety of different things. But Flet has been really person that we saw play really well earlier today as well.
So Dubasik against Fabs. Dubasik, if I remember right, is a Russian player. I don't know Fabs. So it's Cassie against Jade, and Cassie with what's her name? The Joker girlfriend character. Harley Quinn. That's it.
He's not playing Jaded in this sense. He's playing Emerald Defender actually.
So on this knee thing, right? Basically, what they can do is force you into frame advantage by canceling into the green kick, but the green kick can be ducked, right? So you can punish hard, and if I remember right, there was a low shot as well to prevent this. So if you only duck, like if you don't like duck and then block, they can hit you with the low shot as a guess. It's kind of what they do. Or you can stop at the knee and just give up your turn.
Denying himself the ability to use
Nice
that
with
kind of,
punish
like,
there.
shadow kick, you know, the run cancel into the kick for plus frames.
Oh no, he's playing he's not playing the low shot variation. I don't even know if he has a low shot. He's playing the bot flash
which
variation.
is a really, really irritating part of Cassie's character, especially if you ever get clipped by it. Because it definitely worked to his favor, you know.
Okay. So Jade does this air fireball thing, right? Which is pretty annoying. But there is an answer to it at most ranges. If you're outside the first one, right, you can let it go down and crouch the second. But it's quite space dependent and doesn't really lead too much. Well, I mean, she does have the green kick, Cassie, so she can kind of close the distance and maybe try to punish. Trying to think of other things that she could do. Well, she has Fatal Blow. Probably you can punish with that, but at the moment it's not the case.
This can absolutely go either way at any point in time. A lot of respect being shown from Fabs at the moment.
Nice.
Basic controlling pace at the moment.
Yeah, has that health rate to work with.
Okay, this is another move that looks like stupidly good, but it's not that good, right? So from this,
Yeah, has that.
if I remember right, there is a gap there, but it might not be. Doesn't matter. You have to block the cancel, right? You have to block this cancel. But the moment they come down from there, this is an easy flawless block. Like really, really easy if you practice it. So you shouldn't be pushed back, right? And basically like go back to neutral. This should be the way you take your turn in this matchup against this particular option.
Yeah, because the upward blow kick.
Fab's really trying to work his way in. I think he was expecting something, maybe like a stand one or something. But gets caught with the back throw to basic, now goes up 1 round.
Patience being shown, throwing out the low projectile.
Once again, stops, gives up his turn. Dubasic takes it with a down 1. Again, here. That's the dynamic, that's the
Of course, like both of these characters are very, very momentum heavy. Oh, that was.
Oh yeah, also there's a shoulder which is uncrouchable.
From the knockdown
This variation.
He's going for the close the gap.
So you have to be careful at trying to duck the kick.
The back 2, it gets caught into the back 3 for 3, goes into spin, and again, it's going to loop it backwards and forth at the moment. 3-4, fair enough. Oh, there's the combo.
Nice cancel, he's gonna get the art knockdown, it's not gonna get the kill, but this is a good situation because it's a one hit into the actual kill, and you have advantage. Yes, you want a meaty to avoid the crashing blow, no, the fatal blow wake up, of course. As we have spoken about before, like at the 2 PM slot, 1 to 4 frames, the armor doesn't kick in. So you can definitely meaty and avoid them waking up with a fatal blow. Very good to recognize that from Fabs.
One goes for not punch. Oh, the shot over the back 1. Beautiful stuff. Oh,
two. Very good anti-airs from what's it called? Jade. Now, another thing that I want to have you notice, guys. Let me see. So here, there's a decision to go with the green kick, right? Very fast. She's approaching, so you can see that she's dashing in, right? If this green kick connects without the meter burn, this kick will actually get her out of the corner, and they're back in neutral. But if Dubasic meter burns it, the animation makes it so she comes back on this side and pushes her to the corner. So look at the interaction. Right? Boom. So reverse the roles of being cornered and cornering his opponent with that. Very, very smart play.
Call out on that forward progressive.
Oh man. Ooh, beautiful damage. That's 30 on the board.
Well, that was a good block on the overhead, but gets clipped by the low at the end. Fab's gonna have to do quite a lot more.
Okay, finds the jump 3 or jump 4, whatever that is. Closes the match. Very good from Dubasic, game 1.
Good stuff on both players there. That definitely was bringing things back in the second game, for sure. But it seems like Dubasic was able to make every hit count and maximize the damage off it, as we did see during the end there. But excellent stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you know, Fabs might have gotten hit one too many times than he would have liked, but overall, they're not very high damaging characters. So, for that being said, it's really just like, you know, using things like letting the 4-2-1 rock and stuff like that with Jade are really kind of your biggest meterless launch options for the most part, if I'm understanding it correctly. Because she doesn't really get too much in terms of damage, right? Like, Jade's not a very heavy damage-dealing character. But at the same time, Yas Queen isn't as well. They both just play really good neutral when played correctly.
Yeah, no, 110%, 110%. It's just kind of like picking away at your opponent and their defense slowly but surely, making them become impatient with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right
this
now,
stage
Fabs
is
has
really
some
good.
work to do in order to bring things back. Oh, the
See, good
green! So brave.
Look for a shimmy over there in the back too as well.
So nice
here,
challenge
Brent
there.
again,
If
that
they
3-4
stop,
jump shot.
they're minus.
Oh, that's fun.
And if they don't stop, the fourth hit is flawless blockable for the launch or for the punish.
Oh, the back two catches. Yield, wiggle stick. Well, just a little projectile at the moment. Oh, my
that was so
god!
clever.
Wow!
Yeah, that was so smart. Gonna watch this again. When you know that the trajectory for the projectile is this one, right? And then the second, so actually it's actually goes a little bit lower, right? And then the second goes up. You can choose an option like this that will lower your hitbox at this point, right? And you're gonna go down. Very, very smart choice there. Very aware of the options.
Oh my
that was so
god!
clever.
Wow, that was bold.
Wow.
Again,
Triple D3. Was expecting the overhead for whatever reason.
Yeah, good block, but couldn't get the punish. The stubby limbs.
Oh, ouch.
Should have gone for the forward.
Yeah, there's the flawless block and
shield
there's the
to grab.
punish. Unfortunately, only the restand.
Now, I
Gets
really like
the-
how he
gets the
didn't
round
opt to
anyway.
use the newly buffed Cassie up 2 over there. He just caught him with the flawless block on the final hit of the string and then caught him with the 1-1 punish. Close out the round. Fab's looking like he's adjusting really well at the moment. Not finding himself getting clipped by too much like he did in the last game. But once again, that charge, closing the distance, understanding that the Airglave's angle isn't going to be able to do anything against
Damn.
it. Punishes out the KB.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And D3 there to crouch the
again.
kick.
Nice
So I was
idea.
saying to you is
Really
crouchable.
good. Good conversion. Knocks him
And
towards
reset
the
into
corner.
the corner with the meter burn.
Nice, 23%. And like I said just a second ago, when these characters don't deal phenomenal amount of damage, you know,
I want to talk a little bit about the previous interaction actually.
phenomenal.
No, not here. We're already out. This one. So when she does this, right? She has two follow-up. She can either do another one that looks exactly the same, well, almost exactly the same, that has more range, more forward movement, and it's an overhead, or get you down with the low fireball. So what you do in this situation, I'm trying to remember the speed. I think it's you block I first and low after. This is what is called a fuzzy block. Here is very like liberal and large, like it's not really a tight fuzzy block. But it's a concept of basically trying to cover both end of a mix-up by quickly switching the block. So you're gonna see that I think here no, it just blocks low. I don't know if this is like the timing for the fuzzy, but
When
yeah. And now he punishes it. Very good.
these characters don't
Oh no,
deal
it didn't punish,
phenomenal
but
amount
close
of
enough. He
damage.
tried to punish
You know,
with awareness.
meteor build-up will definitely help.
The D3 folk, so annoying to deal with in this game.
No crushing blow this time, sadly.
We get the confirm over here.
Extension.
Nice.
Gunshots. One more good confirm into Fatal Blow could take it for either player.
Okay. Now, Fatal Blow is now an option. Like, it's now on the cards for both characters. Now, Fabs as with the Fatal Blow, basically an arc that is very fast. That goes up and there, or like, I'm trying to remember the options, forward and there, or backwards, and oops, sorry, last one, or backwards and there, right? So depending on how he wants to orient that, whether for Jade, the Fatal Blow is actually a hop forward overhead that has decent range, but it's nothing special in terms of changing the movement dynamic of the game, of the options basically.
Free.
Both of them are
Yes,
confirmable.
I
A little bit
think so.
harder for
Again, yeah,
Fabs to
Fabs.
confirm these
Too.
because of the nature of
Expecting
going
those
back and
jump-ins
forth.
a
It takes
lot. I think that,
quite a while.
Lick your paw, you're literally smacking people in the face in the acid pit. It's not a good idea.
Jade's not. Jade needs to wash her hands for 20 seconds.
Wow.
Mashes
Oh,
out
no.
KB with that forward throw.
Oh shit. Damn, 350. 35% damage from a throw and a juggle.
Breaks the armor. 40%.
Wow, or almost
just like
40%, because he meter
Big
burn
damage.
with the
Create, of course,
damn,
everyone's
that was brutal.
still kind of
And that's why
remembering that
you don't
mechanic,
want to
still
be
learning,
in
getting
the
used to it, 'cause
in the
it's-
state that we talked about
it's just a
before
really
of
interesting
having
nuance.
failed
Change
the tech.
how a lot of people
If you're late for attack, you might just want to
It was a
take
really
the
good
throw.
block on the next
If
one,
that
so
is the
couldn't get
case,
punish
because
on
then
it.
you're gonna
And
eat
the back
40%
really
if
good
you
punish. Straight into
fail
confirm.
the attack
Looking
next
for
time.
Any opportunities, get shimmied.
Beautiful. See, feeling a change in the tide right now. Big jump 3 goes for down 1.
Okay, I wanna see if actually I was looking at this right.
The tide right now. Big jump 3 goes for down 1.
Okay,
grab.
no, that's a throw by out of the corner. Gonna go a little bit back. Okay, I think it's here. So
Beautiful.
here you see that the standing at this range, right? You're gonna see Fabs do something that looks a little bit weird, right? This up, down, right? Down, up, down, up. This is because a green kick, right, can come at any moment. It's very, very fast, and you want to crouch it. And do you know why you want to crouch it? Because it's easier to crouch and punish this one than block and get the punish on the income on the other side. And if she goes on the other side, whether you punish her or not, you're going to pull her at that direction. So you're going to lose the corner. So you don't want to do that as Cassie right now.
Feeling a change in the tide.
That's
right
why
now.
the little
Big
check
jump 3
with the
goes for down
crouch
1.
was happening.
For the grab. You
But
basically now has
she
access
gets
to
a
that
back throw
fatal
and now
blow, man.
corners herself
That was
anyway.
really good. That was a really good whip punish, but he didn't have the meter to confirm it.
Broad charge.
Try to
Again,
flawless
popping that
block the
final
fourth
hit,
hit.
missing the flawless
He has to
block
be
window.
careful because the
Yep,
overhead
fatal
can come
blows
at
in
any
play
moment
for
with the
both
fatal blow.
players.
There!
Oh!
Ooh! What a confirm! What a confirm! Damn! Look at this. I don't know if it was like an actual confirm or he just went for it.
Both
Damn.
players.
On the last hit.
Final hit of the wiggle stick.
Well, this should definitely go.
It actually, that was crazy.
Yeah, it
God.
was.
That is
He
so
confirmed
fantastic.
the final hit of the wiggle stick. That was insane, dude.
That was probably, yeah, it's just, that's so unfortunate. I'm pretty sure they've altered and changed some of the frames from the wiggle stick as well now, so some of it is actually a little bit more active during the end, which is why that probably hit, but that is very unfortunate. I've put in a lot of work there, but do basic effectively got the rug and pulled it out from under him. Damn.
Just want to quickly check with chat. Like, yeah, so the mics are fine. Val, you might just need to.
Hello, Jade Design in MK11. She's a cool character. I've always liked Jade
It's
in
weird for you,
general,
have
even
have
like in the
game
early
audio
versions.
works fine, but
The
mic's
stuff
fine. That's
made
kinda
that a little
strange.
bit more unique
That
than
is
All right, thanks,
very-
chat.
the palette swap, you know, Princess
MVP,
of
but looks like we're
MK11.
not
Welcome
going to be
to
able
the
to
stream,
escape
Zen.
the Deadpool just yet.
Yeah, we don't want to. Sick of stage, boy.
It is really good. You know, we actually haven't seen a stage fatality yet, so you guys know what to
Or
do.
the stage brutal.
Lol.
There's a brutal on this stage.
Oh, really? You know,
2-0
actually, don't
for
tell me, I want to be
the
impressed if
basic
someone's
or
able to
do
block.
basic. I don't know. I was pronouncing his language.
So we can jump right back into things. Fabs has
Yeah,
it fair.
Fabs was really
Okay,
close
taking
that
the
game
turn
as well.
back. Cassie with the Harley Quinn skin. Oh god, the tropes. I mean, I don't mind the
Well,
skin.
you know,
I don't
both
really
rounds,
care. I don't
like,
buy skins anyway.
In
So
both the rounds he lost, it was really, really close.
the only
Basically,
skins I
he's been
bought
able
were
to
for Street
run
Fighter
away
4
with
because I
these
used
by
to
just
make
keeping absolute composure.
Mega Man
Yeah, that's the thing,
beats
is Fabs
for it
making
and sell
the
them.
smallest, the like
Okay.
microscopic sized mistakes, and you basically
Yeah, as you can see, those can be
able to
crouched
stop
as
them
well.
and make Fabs suffer for it. For the breakaway.
Good
Now
blocks.
double overhead,
Finally
punished.
this time, 4-2.
Let me see if he actually went with the fuzzy on reaction on the double overhead block. Because we can, like, I can prove to you what I was saying before, right? So, right, standing. You see the little. So look, standing block, crouch fuzzy. So crouch fuzzy, right block, up for the standing block.
Breakaway.
That's what a fuzzy guard is, and you need to have this in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat 11, but in 10 was something that like you had to learn because the mix-up were like super stuck. Did you ever think of entering the Lockdown Street Fighter 3 tournaments held by Cactu? I don't play Third Strike Online. Like, I don't want to compete on a game like Third Strike Online. I love the game to bits, and it's my favorite game, but I really don't give it seriousness online. It triggers me. Like, it fucks the game. So unfortunately, no. Like, I appreciate Cactu and the Gutter Thrush guys. I have entered Gutter Thrush 9 in Manchester when they held it, and I like to enter Street Fighter 3 tournament offline. It's not a game I enjoy online much.
Good blocks. Finally gets the punish this time. 4-2 straight into the crushing blow.
Back forward one. There's a low sweep again.
Nice.
This is good. Like, this is the kind of adjustment that we need to see. You know, tack on as much damage.
The overhead
as you can.
is an
Slow down
option,
that health,
and he can
especially
come like
the
raw
health.
from
Right now, he's
quite
in
far
super
away.
straight.
Whoa,
Get that
nice.
punish.
Nice,
Stuff
nice.
and Fabs bring things back. Seeing far more. You can get the Spectre is probably a little bit tilted off that last round, and we're definitely seeing a far more aggressive Fabs. That seems very.
So the second can be crouch once again. But if you do it too late, you're actually giving the opponent your opponent the chance to overhead you.
Okay.
Like, it's not a punish or anything, but if you crouch too much,
Again.
you're gonna get messed up.
On that block.
Check the down fours.
There he is. See a big guy. Down one check. Goes out. Both of those projectiles. Should be. Full dark.
Right here, checks him. Right there with the normals. Really good with punish with that back three again. He's been really good with those.
He really
Yeah, the
actually-
green kick for Cassie is
field
not
beepers.
special
Fabs has
in this
landed
game.
that
It's a back
3
three,
out of
so
3
it's a
times,
normal.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a common normal.
Oh, he shimmies his backward forward movement right now.
When they say shimmies, they mean bait, in case you're like from old school and you don't play new games.
There, but the basic with a flashy kick of his own, setting Fabs towards the corner, now working with a health lead. Gotta be careful when whiffing like that.
The crouching
Down four
three
checks.
pokes,
Uh-oh.
so annoying.
Oh.
Ooh, the whiff? Why the fuck did that whiff?
No.
Was it late cancelled? Did you play all the Mortal Kombat games, Gil? Also the ones for PS2? No. I mean, the gameplay in the latest one, like MK11 is not a bad game gameplay-wise, right? It stays true to what Mortal Kombat does. It evolves it in a way. It's a quite interesting take because MKX was super offensive. Whether this game is way more based on distances and ground. There's like a lot of offense, there's a lot of pressure, but I think it does what it does well. I did not play the PS2 versions aside from like messing about in the story and laughing at the dumb shit of Mortal Kombat, the B movie kind of thing. But no, I did not play 9. I wasn't really interested in 9. Like 9 came out when Street Fighter 4 was already a big thing, and I was into that. I played 10 and I did not enjoy it.
Combo!
So yeah, we need to understand what happened there with the whiff. So no, it was very early. Maybe it's the corner that messed it up for whatever reason. I don't know.
Oh,
that was so unfortunate.
I think I could like MK9, but it's dead. Apparently, if you pick Cabal, his worst matchup is a 6-4 for him. That's how busted the game is.
It's just one of those things, Cassie's fatal blow is just one of those tricky
So once again, you're seeing the fuzzy block to block both ends of the mix-up. Cabal is bad for the game. Yeah, I remember this. I laughed so hard when somebody told me his worst matchup is a 6-4, he wins. It's like, what?
Fab's gonna have to stop the aggression.
And apparently, like, Cabal against Cabal is 8-2 for player 2 or something, because there's like some specific stuff that makes the mirror match unbearable from one side. Super dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for him so well last time, right? KB into KB, big damage.
Okay, nice block on the overhead.
Got fatal blow to work with.
Yeah,
they both do.
Can see glow.
Gets clipped by the final gunshot. Well, tried to get the punish on the glow, but that's not gonna be it.
Ah, that sucks.
Oh,
That really sucks.
Like an auctioneer for a second by speaking so
It
fast.
feels really terrible when that happens, because you did have the punish, you were just slightly late and you're gonna pay hard for it.
These tiny microscopic mistakes, and you basically just like seeing them as glaring faults and just picking away at him.
Yeah, like he really had the right idea over there. He was just a little bit too slow to the draw, and then basic punishing it accordingly, going straight into the fatal blow, not risking anything, taking it with a really clean 3-0. And damn, I mean, those games were really close. I do not agree that you say when you say you suck, Fabs, but use it to motivate you. You still have a loser's run to make. Not out of this yet. And to basic, playing super strong as we expected.
Yeah, no, excellent stuff from both players there, honestly. Really good stuff, but
Yeah.
basic picks at the end of the day, don't be discouraged if you can, out of this just yet. Out of this just yet. But we'll be jumping on.
So we're gonna go on,
match
find a
in just
new
a
match.
Second, then. Who will it actually be?
So that I know that he
Shiva. Oh, Arm Devil. I know this guy. Like, I know him personally. He's I want to say Manchester resident, and he used to play Shiva for.
Really was like part of the team hashtag.
He used to play DiCapre in Street Fighter 4, and he used to play what else before DiCapre? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the previous character, but yeah.
In this game.
And he used to play Goro in MK10. He was a very dedicated Goro player, so the Shiva pick does not surprise me at all.
Rocking with it. That's true loyalty right there. Dedicated Shodown player.
Good player as well.
Yeah, as well. Well, I think I could be wrong here.
Oh, what? 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 How the fuck do you anti-air somebody with your... Oh my god, with your side when the hitbox is supposed to be here? What the fuck is this interaction?
Be wrong here.
Man, Mortal Kombat.
I think this is variation.
Like, in this game, you can accept that shit being shit. Like, you just like, man, it's fucking Mortal Kombat. They're shit at designing things.
Mean Queen? Yeah, it's B3.
Like, imagine trying to kick somebody in the shin. They jump on you, and you anti-air them with your side. Hello, Luca. Netherrealm hitbox is Sugose. Yes, exactly. I don't know if he's trying. Yeah, he's trying to fireball.
It's just a really good fireball that Shiba has as well, right?
It really is. It's a very straightforward one.
Oh shit! Yeah, you can. As I was saying this afternoon, you can walk forward, you can dash forward, you can dash back, you can walk back, you can jump forward, you can jump back. It's not the greatest move. It's only going to like surprise you if you over focus on other stuff. Not something you should throw in neutral for sure.
Oh no!
What are we punish? Back one or something? Back one, back two, I don't know.
Shiba, so mostly he's probably gonna be playing on instinct. Learning as he goes along.
It's the secret character that you got to find in the arcade towers.
Luca, tell me about your daily drama with the Tassoni. Have you like wrote to your local politician to complain? That's not acceptable.
Oh man, this really sucks.
Oh damn!
Yeah, there's gonna be no break.
Damn, that's gonna hurt so much. And Devil, of course, wants to get out of the corner. Actually manages to, but well, we're gonna talk about it like another time, because otherwise I have to rewind and never finish this. So this whiff, of this one, right? This is a common grab that was cancelled way too early. So what happens is, if he stands and the cancel is right, I think he's gonna get grabbed, right? But instead he just whiffs. I'm starting my Cedrata Tassoni campaign. There we go.
He's going for the big jump, doesn't land it.
I just can't stand how NetherRealm can't animate the lower half of the body, right?
Pretty good with these jumps and getting out of the way of them for sure.
Yeah. The scopa nel culo situation.
Yeah. So good. Super plus as well.
Nice challenge with the D1. Finds a common throw. Doesn't read the rollout.
Oh, goes for the flip kick this time. Oh, the air to air.
Okay, now you have to take the blocks.
Projectile.
Oh, damn. This is not looking good.
Back foot right now.
Punch block. Nah. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about this. Hopefully Chris is not gonna hate me about this, but these are 4 or 5 interactions of I don't want to block, right? So the moment he gets into the corner, we're rewinding all the way back. So we're gonna like describe a little bit this. Okay, so first wake up, right? We're gonna write down what he does. Neutral jump. Hard read on horizontally moving button, right? Bad read, but that's not the point.
Oh, the
so breakaway, the bars are gone, right? This is a big like message that says, actually it should be there vertical, but I'm not gonna write vertical. You got to block now, right? So what does he do? Block, yes. As soon as he blocks, well, actually, no, go staggered. Okay, so he's taking some blocks. That's good. This is good. Now, here it didn't react in time, unless things have changed. That's not a double mid. Here you can just crouch, release the block, and punish him for it. It probably wasn't ready, I don't know, but... Okay, jump forward. Get out of the corner, right? And this is something that, yes, you can do, right? It makes sense.
Projectile.
Unfortunately, he gets blocked. He gets put in the corner again. He still doesn't have meter to wake up 3, up 2. So once again, you got a block now, right?
Nothing off it. I'm definitely
blocks
right now.
And he goes out with fatal blow. So 3 fatal blow after blocking.
Oh,
That's probably gonna die for it at some point.
Oh, was expecting a grab for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So in this situation, right, in this whole like exchange, there is one big thing that happens, which is what I would call a instant answer, right? Now, this instant answer is because, oh, I cannot erase it. Yes, I can. So this instant answer is because he was feeling frustrated, was feeling pressure, whatever, was going through his mind. I don't know. But generally, um, it was basically a reaction to instant reaction as soon as both of the players are in passive phase, right? When you're in passive phase, you are ready to react to things. So when you're blocking, you want something that will be a little less hard to react with. Whether it is a D1, which will give you the turn back, whether it is a D3 that will push them back, or some sort of like fast moving special that they cannot react to. All of these options, right? All of these options here are reactable, right? They're all like, unless you have a hard read, they're not going to work. So Arm Devil was definitely going for the hard read there because he did not want to take the block. He didn't want to be in the position. And don't get me wrong, like being in Mortal Kombat stuck in the corner sucks. Like sucks badly. So yes, I understand why he wants to get away.
Maybe she is. Drunk on loads of power.
But good stuff there from Method. Taking the first round over Arm Devil. Arm Devil definitely not out of this just yet. Still has the option to switch characters if need be later on. But he, again, as I said, and we've seen it with a fair few players, people definitely want to stick to their guns with the new characters that have come out. And I don't blame them. I really, really don't blame them. It's a great opportunity to play against higher caliber.
They have amazing production value, but zero talent to animate. But maybe just what they like at this point, it doesn't have to be a limit, right? Because come on, like it's not the 90s anymore. There's definitely people that can animate better, if they want to. It might be a stylistic choice because that's what people expect from them, and it's fine.
And you just got
like
by Callum.
It's not the most important thing, to be honest.
God.
Froze up.
Like yes, it's beautiful to see well animated stuff, of course, for the value of enjoying animations and graphics and beauty and so on. But
anyway, going into game number 2,
because it's recognizable, it's part of your brand, Dory. If tomorrow like they announce Street Fighter 6 and is in a classic Unreal Engine ultra realistic thing, we're gonna be taken aback. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck? That's not how Street Fighter looks like. That's not what I think of." Funny enough, you think of shit animations, probably they're just sticking with it.
See what Arm Devil can do. It seems like he's able to kind
of debatable. The Street Fighter 5, some animations are amazing, right? The reason I picked up Birdie is because his forward walk or his back walk where he holds his pants was fantastic and I loved it. Aside from the fact that I like the character. But stuff like Sakura animation, oh boy, they're terrible. Nice. Oh, tries to go for a reset into command throw. Cancels a little bit too early.
Landing. Low grab. Ooh. 21. Not a lot of damage.
So right now, look at the life lead. Absolutely fine with zoning at range. I understand this. I really don't want him though to go in with the stomp or anything like that. Trying to zone him out. Nice with punish. Guaranteed the pressure. Unless they flawless block or some shit. Okay. Yes, I understand this choice as well. Please just like. Oh, come on. Okay, the crushing blow is gone.
Is he gonna use the interactable?
Oh, please do it.
This could heavily extend it.
No, maybe for the reset.
Okay, yes, a block. Yes, thank you for the D1. So, all this situation, right? The fact that he lost this health As long as he takes the round, doesn't matter. What matters is the crushing blow for the sunglasses is gone, and the fatal blow, whatever, was cancelled. Blah blah blah. Doesn't matter because he will get it back. But in a case that it would have been hit by fatal blow and it wouldn't have killed, this is all expendable resources. They would not be available into the next round. So as long as you take the round, it's fine.
For the throw, but checked with the poke.
That is unfortunate. So the projectile again, it's so good, man. Projectile trade. Now, one thing I must point out that On Devil actually hasn't done since we got into the second set. We haven't seen any of the unblockable like jumps into the air, right?
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
none of the stomps.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been doing them. Actually caught the fuzzy duck.
Yeah, he started with some like wild stomps, and now that the situation has moved at a full screen range of zoning, is really just using the fireball rather than having the presence of mind to react on a read with the fireball and go on the other side and land on him, which is understandable because this is still a read, whether this one is much more safe in a way, right? So I understand this, especially if you have the life lead. You don't want to do shit like that.
Nice.
Proper punish. Still cashing
Well, it's
out.
not the most damage. Oh, and saying that.
Oh,
Going
delayed
for the setup, I think, like, you take
throw.
the-
I don't know
the
why
extra
though he
damage when
didn't
you start
try and
moving
move.
after that move. So
He
used
was
the stomp,
bamboozled.
Like you just say you're taking damage either way, right? You either
Tries
save
the
your
back
opponent's
one for the
stomp,
whiff
or
punish.
you bleed out when you start moving.
Oh,
Good air to
beautiful.
air from
Some
Shodown.
Mortal Kombat player should tell me if the second EX fireball is actually that combo as I remember, or if I'm making that up.
Yeah, Arm Devil trying to run away with this one.
Ooh,
Nice
tries to
tech.
throw.
So
Ah,
that's the fatal
oh,
blow.
the cancel.
Oh, man. This
Oh, he
Oh my
fucked
god,
up.
again?
Fucked up. No,
Yeah,
not
such a
D1.
tall character, and then that jump 2 has just been like, you know, not working out for Method.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
man.
desperation
Oh,
again.
yeah.
So this is like, this is fear. Right? So
Character, and then that jump 2
here
has just been like, you
is
know,
fear because it's close. The life is depleting, like it's not depleting, but like it's very low. He can take maybe 3 fireball blocks, and that's it. He cannot take a string into block, but the freedom he has is to move back and crouch for the fireballs, right? So yes, he's scared, but it doesn't need to take this decision right away. It really doesn't.
not working out
And maybe he wanted, like, maybe try to outread the second fireball. I don't
for
know.
Method.
But
Oh, man.
look at the
Oh,
time
yeah.
look at the time Method
That
has
was-
to
that
just
was
kind of
uncomfortably
dash
close.
in, dash out,
It was
whatever,
good
do
movement. I mean, if
whatever
you're
he
freezing up
wants.
in that situation, you're really asking to be stomped on, right?
I mean, some people would pay for that.
And those people can stick to their weird ABIs on Twitter and stay there.
Okay,
Hey,
try
man, I don't
to
like
throw,
Zoro.
doesn't get. Is that a hit grab or something?
At least he uses
Character is
himself,
new, so I don't know a lot
I
about
think.
her.
Oh, the unnecessary call.
Yeah, no, I think it's like a double
Call out.
block that he has to
He's a
take.
simp. Can you blame him?
Yes.
Right here, catching it. Actually catches the drum this time.
Okay, I don't know if she has better tools at that range, but even a fireball I think would have been better.
If he was gonna get that KB, man, that would have been so funny.
Nice, flawless block.
I mean,
no
I feel like
launcher,
if there was anyone was allowed to rage quit in the middle of a tournament,
No.
it'd be for that one reason.
Yeah.
GG.
Wait, quit.
But
though.
yeah,
That's
that
2-0
was-
for Method.
Method saying, yo, I don't even need to buy Aftermath to know this matchup.
Oh,
But yeah, you know, I think
Thank you,
Undibble
Jack.
had like a generally good game plan of like, you know, using the fireballs and then getting the advantage with those fireballs and constantly making those trades, right? Like with the amp fireballs.
the MK11
using,
guys
like,
are
the
so
odd, like,
nice.
kind
I
of
need to
staying
play
at
this
dash
game
range and
again.
then throwing in either the mids or the throws. But for the most part, Method's been optimizing his damage a lot more consistently, and that's why he's 2-0 up right now. It's not like it's been totally free, but he's been able to cash out on these hits a lot.
Sorry. Anyway.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
so
for a
is
second I
Uncrazy
thought he
gonna
wanted to
change,
go with
character?
another character. Like, I know Arm Devil is super. He was super dedicated to Goro.
Wow. You're the worst.
So it's probably
I am
what's
the
it called, a
worst.
pride pick.
I set up the unseeable chair crushing.
I don't know what he's been playing before.
I got tech trapped. Man.
Before Shiva. I'm trying to
Oh.
remember if I fought him on Mortal
You say
Kombat at
I'm the
all.
worst. But anyway, let's jump into it. On Kratos. On Kratos.
I don't know.
My god, my words. Devil sticking to his guns, wanting to ride it out with Shiva.
Okay.
But still continues to ride.
Yeah,
Finds
catches
a low.
those.
Probably walking back.
Stuff. Standful. 1-2-1 does not get the shadow kick, unfortunately.
Nice. This time he just like
Nice low grab,
blocked
some
and
EX.
wait.
No,
Now
it's
back
dead.
throw into the corner.
Oh,
Super
no, it's
smart.
back three.
I don't know about this. I don't know if Shiva has a way to basically do the same thing, like a common grab or whatever, and keep herself out of the corner. If she doesn't, fine. But I don't like this. I really don't like this.
I can feel Foxy Grandpa's hands like shaking right now. It's like I just felt someone got hit by that, and it wasn't me. Nice, goes for the sweep. Nice air to air. Lost frames. Goes for the forward full.
Oh, punish ball. Only a back one?
Quite sure, but empty back three right there.
I mean, I'm.
Let's see punch walk. Yeah,
Oh,
I had a
okay.
feeling it was gonna come, but it was
Yeah,
quick
man.
enough.
I mean,
Got fucked by the
letting his
fatal
one
blow.
just rip
Now,
his
fair enough.
dead
As I was
The
saying, this is
conditioning
a
is
tournament that
established.
happened not too long after the release of these characters, like Aftermath
Definitely
update.
lost
So,
life right now for Arm Devil.
You might also not know
Definitely
the
carrying a lot
punish,
of
like
momentum
the
into
flame
this
data,
one.
Dang,
the
Method, why are you
optimal
typing in
stuff.
chat? You're in game. You run around. You hit the fatal blow and you're like, yo, I gotta say something real quick.
I mean, man's typing with his toes.
Double
So
jump
good.
forward. This time he actually
Deal with
works
it.
out for him. His
Oh,
opponent wasn't
nice.
expecting it.
Maybe.
But still, passive phase into
Oh,
reactable stuff.
back
Puts
three.
himself into the
Lands
corner
it,
again.
but counter-aggressive
Damn,
at the
two
moment,
by
trying to-
two.
trying to get
Two
that
times
Foxy
of like
Grandpa up
getting
there.
the knockdown, but putting himself into the corner,
Projectiles.
failing the read, and
Jump
now
in a
being
really
in terrible
difficult
position.
situation right now. Finds himself just in a rough spot.
Quite scared to press the button at the moment.
That sucks for
Shown, and that's gonna
Devil.
be, no, it's not going to be it. But
Damn.
yep, you know what? There is it. There it is.
Damn.
Big jump three, and that is it. It's over on Devil. Good stuff. But yeah, no, I feel like that was a really good showing. I wouldn't say it was the most fantastic showing, but it's very clear that Arm Devil was.
Yeah, no, Meta
Watching
did
our
well,
first
like
episode,
for sure. Meta
that might
did well,
actually
but
be
there were some few things that
Sorry, but
costed them Devil. Okay, so
Watching
this
our
is the
first episode,
problematic character of the
that might
game, as far as I
actually be
remember.
your front door.
Like as far as I
That
read
might be your
now.
front door. But yeah, guys, we're professionals. We know what we're doing. But looks like we're gonna have a slightly friendly battle between both sides here.
We're tied, 5-5. So this is match point.
Ooh, okay, interesting. Let's
Okay,
go
so
right into
this is upgraded, Jackie. This character, as far as I read, is busted. So it's gonna be fun.
this. We will be playing upgraded. Detloff actually known for playing an upgraded of his own up against. Well, we're using Yaskreen right
Lil
now.
Bo,
grab.
Lil Bo.
What's it gonna be? Back 2-4 goes for the 1-1 shimmy. Stand.
Okay,
Cool.
nice pokes.
Oh, he's dash punches. 1-1.
A fairly
Beautiful
like
Frotech, empty dash punch right
what's it
there.
called?
Again, another Frotech.
fairly composed player.
Oh, the answer, yeah, that was
Okay,
so
now that the bars are
crisp.
gone, this
And
is
again, more
massive
match
advantage
Yo,
for
sorry
Deadlock.
about the AFK.
Was that the
Damn,
door?
never mind. Crushing blow.
What, your front door?
And that's a meaty. Oh, damn. What the fuck was that? Was that like a cancelled up 2 that actually functioned as a backdash? What the fuck went? Like, what the fuck happened there?
Oh wait, they're actually bringing in the door.
No, I bought it.
Oh, okay. At least you have the door. For those of you who don't know, he doesn't have a door right now. He got him a door. But right now,
Whoa, and a nice anti-air with that down.
Never
one.
yeah.
mind. I don't know.
Turn as
Never
well.
find out, I guess.
Detloff doing incredibly well, showing his own experience as an upgraded play. He's been like
Yeah, the
standing
D1's
on
anti-airs have
and
been on
knocking his
point. The
opponent right out the
shifting
end
of the
down.
hitbox
Quite
down
good times, right?
to avoid the
Hey,
Oh,
upgraded
call out, that was
shenanigans.
so sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
There.
I get the call out right now.
Cash is up to
Extension
a
galore,
buck.
tribal DP, everyone's wet dream.
The string. Beautiful stuff. It's all standing one.
Thanks, Blade.
So sweep again. Slightly delayed gunshot at the moment, but oh, the switch
Yo,
through.
I'm not gonna lie. I really like this Jackie.
Nice. What a pickup. Damn. This is like stuff that you have to know. Right? You have studied the matchup because this is not a reaction, not something that like comes organically out.
Really like this Jackie.
Even if it's just a jumping one, he gets a knockdown and he gets his
Oh,
turn.
looks sick.
So fantastic.
What
Kind of beside the point.
Okay.
Ooh,
No
full
crouch
spot.
there.
Crisp.
No punish.
That is
-14
still
if
safe.
I remember right.
Not enough just yet. Moment auto shimmy.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
doesn't
the
pick up.
combo. Okay, so the back one though. 1-1. 1-1 again. Go for the anti yet. Ooh!
Nice
Wow.
air square.
Forward 1-2 into dash punch. Goes for the jump free. Moment auto shimmy into gunshots. 1-1.
Ooh,
Oh,
the
no, he
flash.
caught
There's
me
a
too.
kill.
First.
Oh no,
No,
face
over it,
stand.
just
Okay,
yeah,
he
the
kills.
chip.
So Deadlove
Oh,
takes
no,
game
no.
1.
But yeah, I'm very impressed by this Cassie right now, and clearly a lot of experience being shown. Also, can we all show appreciation for like the new somewhat Cassie skin that's been put into Aftermath?
It's
a
the MKX skin, right?
I don't think
I'm not
so.
sure. I do like it. I do like it.
It's very similar to a gym wearer, a turnip costume in X, I'm quite sure. Just without the jacket, of course. But even then, it's like, I'm pretty sure there's a jacket variation in game.
Man, there's a lot of Jackie hatred going on in chat.
I mean, well
Do
justified.
you guys hate? Okay, let's be real, right? Do you hate her because you don't like playing against her? If your opinion is based on that, it's not valid.
Yes, it is. Shut up.
Lol.
To be fair, it's two reasons. She's very annoying to be on the receiving end of, and she replaced Takeda on the roster.
Yo,
We could have gotten Takeda.
there's no
but we-
saying we can't have Takeda in the future.
Mm.
We need Takeda, man. It's just too sick.
Go back 2-2. For one. Ooh, gets
Okay.
clipped. One. Goes for the breakaway.
Breaks. Now no more
Beautiful
bars to
throw
break.
tech. Deadloff really been on point with this
For
throw
a
tech.
good while.
Now Lobo Peep's been quite
don't wanna be on
careful
the
at
receiving
moment,
end
not wanting
on,
to
of,
jump full
Jackie's
screen, 'cause every
combos.
time he has Deadloff has jabbed him out the air. On saying that,
He has very big
Oh,
combo
nice.
potential.
There it is
Nice
again.
full
Look at that.
punish once again. Impressive.
Standing one, back two into tackle. Gets the
And
gunshot.
this might look like a fairly neutral range, like non-threatening range. A rocket punch is stupid. So you have to be careful with that.
Another gunshot.
Nice. Nice with punish.
Or tackle right there. Back 2-4, a lot of
Nice.
respect being shown. There's one all shimming to gunshots. 4-4. Back one check.
You know, it's
Oh,
really
see.
cool to see how much like Deadlift seems to be controlling right now.
But
you know?
there was no
Like,
punish
being
there.
able to keep an upgraded at your mercy
Ow.
like this in the neutral.
Wow, full conversion from
Yeah,
jump.
That
I
was a
mean-
really clean pickup as well.
Well, not
from
full,
Lobo.
but-
Going up for the raw dash
Oh,
punches. Rollouts.
Yeah, and now I wanna have a look at this. Like pretty basic stuff, but interesting if you're new to fighting games. So the rocket punch that we were talking about, it's a high. So it can be crouched, right? If you're ready for it, of course. If you're expecting it.
Being able to keep an upgraded at your mercy like this in the neutral.
So
Yeah,
That
I
was a
mean,
really clean pickup
chase, one
as well from
high,
Lobo. Going up
two highs.
for the raw dash punch.
This one, right now, this one is a mid, and it will hit basically here to prevent this crouch.
Punches.
Unfortunately, for Lil Bopip, Deadlift rolled forward and avoided the situation completely with the strike invincibility of the roll.
Rollouts.
damn.
Now he's in
Oh,
trouble.
we'll go for the field. Oh no! Yo, keep things simple.
Okay.
So chip away at him. So the 1-1. to the
Oh,
gunshots.
that probably was crouchable as well.
Good stuff from Deadloff at the moment. Seems like Lobo Peep's kind of, I would say kind of, struggling to get his offense going at the moment. Deadloff's experience with playing upgraded is clearly making Lobo Peep sweat.
Okay, back throw,
It's put
smart.
in the corner
Once
again.
Keep the corner.
Deadloff really controlling the pace with that auto shimmy.
Okay.
Goes for standing
Back.
3-3. I want to
Yeah,
get
it
you.
keeps him towards the corner.
Conversion to keep
Oh,
it back
down
to
to
the corner.
corner.
Jump
Not something you see very
towards.
often.
Nice. Another thing here, very, very good. The Cassie player walked forward, right? Basically mimicking that he would take the meaty and instead jump forward. This is really freaking hard to anti-air, right? Because they're literally on top of you. So your standing one is out of the equation. Your DP with the forward movement is out of the equation. They're already here, right? So the only thing that you can do as a reaction to this is jump back and hit the button because you will be moving backwards while they move forward, right? The problem is that at this point in particular, they will have the advantage to react to your jump back and actually punch you for trying it. So very, very good situation. And of course, it resets into the corner and pushes.
Yeah, no, very, very rare.
What happened? Okay, nothing. It's just
damage
YouTube.
right there, and 2 up to Deadlock, putting a really, how do I phrase this? I feel like a lot of his matchup knowledge of using upgraded is making Lil Bo Peep suffer. Honestly, it may be worth switching up characters.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Lil Bo Peep plays upgraded, then you're just gonna have to really like play upgraded better. Essentially, playing against someone that has had like a very, very strong upgraded themselves. And like you said, you know, just having played that character, it's like you already know the matchup. You already know how to exploit the character, essentially. But right now, it just seems like Deadlift just seems to be
he has an eye
controlling controlling the game. Really, like that's all it comes down to. Is just the fact that Deadlift has been able to assert so much dominance and pressure by shutting down a few of those options that he's essentially made Lil Bo Peep like really scared in what they're doing. You know what options they're taking.
Yeah, when you have to second guess your options is where you start doubting your own play, which is a shame. Looks like we're jumping into our possible final round at the moment. Lil Bo Peep's able to bring things back.
Again!
Yeah, see that?
Wow, the
It's
jump
just
back
like,
one.
You're just being blown up for these options, so you're gonna have to like go for the confirms.
Wow, triple TP into extension.
Nice damage as well, goes for the big jump in.
Damn. Yeah,
see,
try it again.
Deadlift is going for it. Deadlift reached.
Quite literally. So the 1-1 auto shimmy holds down the gunshots this time.
Nice,
Beautiful.
exactly.
I want to actually go back a little bit and see the reward of those two interactions.
Which is a shame. Looks like we're jumping into our possible final round at the moment. Lil Bo Peep's able
So this is the reward for Cassie, right?
to bring things back for the standing one.
See,
I don't know if it's the
Cool, man.
only thing that she can get, because I don't play Cassie. I don't know this interaction, right? But that was a pretty ballsy like reaction, very specific to the matchup.
Just like you're just being blown up for these options, so you're gonna have to like
Look at the reward for this, which is a whiff punish, so it's alright. It's not a jump in, but like. One line is definitely bigger than the other, isn't it? Damn. Maybe like the Cassie had a
Nice
harder
damage as well, goes for the
extension.
big
I don't
jump
know.
in.
Yeah, see, Deadlift is going for it. Deadlift reached.
Quite literally. So the 1-1 auto shimmy holds down the gunshots this time.
Nice,
Beautiful.
exactly.
Oh, no
Damn,
anti-air this
what
time.
the
Double
fuck is
trap
that?
those.
The neutral skip. Damn. Wow.
The gunshots this time.
Nice,
Beautiful.
exactly.
Just look at this. This is the arc. This is where she puts pressure. So it's like 1, 2.
Oh, no anti-air this time.
Damn. So to avoid this, I don't know if it's like humanly reactable, but to avoid this, you have to meet them up here with a jump. There's no other way, unless you have like a perfectly vertical anti-air. What happened? Oh, I'm still like locked into color.
And the gunshots this time.
Nice,
Beautiful.
exactly.
How many frames is this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At 6 frames, she leaves the floor. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Really, really extremely hard to react here. Because this is like where the trained human brain is able to react without looking for it. Like if you're really looking for it, you might be able to react here, probably. Like the latter end. But yeah, no, not reactable.
Oh, no one's
There we
this
go,
time.
the double shrapnels. Yeah,
Okay,
using
flame
it really
advantage,
low to
overhead
Cassie's head as well,
from
making
the
it a lot
hole.
harder to anti-air in that situation. Deadlift had to be super on the ball to try and get that.
Shoulder tackle.
Back throw, one touch into fatal blow.
Oh, this is
could kill at this
definitely in
point.
kill territory as fatal blow is in play. 1-1 auto shimmy.
It is really nice.
Beautiful stuff right there.
Yeah,
That's
the crouch.
clean stuff from the feet.
Very key crouch there.
Aw, damn.
I've never seen that taunt before. That is new to me. Beautiful follow spot right there, but unfortunately gets nothing off it. You know, Deadloff is looking for that leap at the moment, because I know I am.
Yeah, just called out
nice.
using the guns.
double dash
The
punch
Lobo
with
Peep loves doing these multiple dash punches in a row, right?
And he went to the he
Honestly,
went
probably
with the
reading
mid
like a
after
back roll
the
or
double
something like
high.
that, you know, trying to catch the
Really
crushing blow and
gunshot.
back
Oh,
roll.
looking. Oh, that was really cheeky. He was holding that all the way down.
Okay, no punish.
Oh, 1-1 auto shimmy.
I want to say
that
that
was
is
shrapnel.
punish. I'm not 100%
Take
sure
down two.
actually.
Enough it. Outward leap.
Uh-oh. Jumping not
Sign what?
confirmed, not gonna matter though.
Yes,
BLB
we're
first.
Okay, now he has to take
This is
the
not
meat.
the place you wanna be
Nice,
against Deadlift.
reset into the throw
I
up.
do not know
Low,
about that
'cause the
break,
low
man.
can
That
go
was
into
so
a
late
mid.
at the combo.
Yeah, we're seeing
I was
staggers.
expecting
1-1-1s
to
over
block
here
the
going
main.
to the shimmies. Lobo
Yeah.
Peep
No reaction on
managing
the
to find
jump
their way out of
back.
the corner.
Pretty hard.
But, oh my god, that whiff!
What the fuck?
1-1.
Uh-oh,
That's it.
that's gonna be the round.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Dead. Clean 25%. But yeah, match point for Deadloff at the moment. Lobo Peep definitely bringing
Nice
things
throw tech.
back, learning a lot, but jeez, a lot of work to do to bring things back. Oh, in saying that, it's not over just yet.
The drop
So you
though,
basically have
I
to
mean,
jump forward
Lobo
against
Peep's
her
playing a lot better
at
right
full
now,
screen
and actually
to
managed
try
stop
and
Deadloff's anti-air
stop
attempt,
that.
trying to get that, but
or
misses
take the
punish
blocks.
on the shoulder.
Yeah, a lot of patience being shown from Lobo, but you know, it's ultimately if you can't really take your time with picking apart your opponent, it's gonna get really hard. Plus one though, MK11 right there.
Yeah, nice. That was a really good walk forward to bait.
True.
Oh, tried to get the crushing blow in it. I don't know if that works on female characters, but a really good throw tech.
Yeah, this is where things get problematic.
Yeah.
Oh, gets hit
And,
with another grab. This
I'm gonna
is
talk in
going
a
to be
second
kill
about the-
territory, I believe.
The rocket punch and the other
that
option.
low.
Don't drop this.
She's killed here.
Oh, yep. There you go.
So 2-1,
Lobo.
gonna go into the next match.
Yeah, Lobo Peep really needed
But
this
when
game
she
to try
does
and
the
set
next
back some
rocket punch, I'm
momentum.
gonna explain
Played that
something to you.
a lot better than they played the last two. Now at 2-1 between both these players.
Yeah, no, excellent stuff. Lobo not out of this just yet. But question is, what really went wrong there for Deadloff? Because he was carrying a lot of momentum, and it just seems like he faltered or just made the wrong decisions there.
Well, it feels like a lot of the you know, the options that he was trying to take, like a lot of those anti-air options that you tried to get before, they really didn't like work out for him as well, because Lobo Peep started to use the shrapnel closer to the ground, and it made it a lot harder in the sense that if Deadlift tried to anti-air him in those situations or tried to air to air him or something, he was getting caught by the shrapnel. And for that reason, Lobo Peep was just converting it into damage every time. But he was able to use his mids more effectively. You know, teching the throws was really good. Just asserting his own pressure in the neutral, because Deadlift was really just staggering on him and shimmying him for days before that in the previous two games. So it seems like he's woken up a bit. He's able to deal with this.
No, it's been really, really good to see this adaptation, but now it comes down to Deadloff to ultimately do it. Oh, and see, he got clipped by it that time around as well.
Very expensive bit of offense right there.
It really is. Everyone keeps a grab. Oh, 5-2-4.
Damn.
That was a really, really good duck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe.
go for a bit of a self-elite.
Deal with it.
Nice confirm.
Going down.
There's probably a
Lobo
safe
Peep's
jump as
woken
well.
up
It's like
now.
an inbuilt frame safe jump. So we're gonna talk about this, right? This range that the rocket punch covers would be nice to get there, right? Is not the same range that her mid option covers, right? Her mid option is slightly shorter. Probably I would say here. So at this range, you need to be ducking because there's nothing that she can hit you with. As far as I remember, normal Jackie. Like I don't know this variation. So she might have some stupid bullshit that actually she can do it with. But they're basically the elbow into knee, mid pickup, mid horizontal movement thing is stops here, right? More or less, if I remember the ranges. So from this range to this range, you can duck to check this option, right? Of course, if you duck, you're stuck in this position, then she can come in and blah blah blah. But this is the situation. Now I don't remember if this thing is punishable. I want to say it's punishable, but probably not.
Goes right for the dash.
So nice to just take the fact that the Deadlaugh, actually they swapped the name. Deadlaugh had to wait for his opponent to take his turn to reset into the throw.
Keeps the restand. I'm not sure if the
Damn, what the fuck is that option?
But getting the restand
Auto turn into frame advantage. Let's go.
Now seems to be
Front
playing
or
a
back?
lot stronger than he's been playing.
Oh,
They've been playing
Nice. 25% from nothing pretty much.
Doing the dash one, 3-1 goes outwardly. Deadlock wanting to challenge it. Standing one, beautiful throw tech.
Nice. Okay, recess into the throw because he wasn't sure to confirm from the knee alone.
Deadlock playing a bit more aggressive at the moment, but still
Yeah, there you go. That
You
that
need
was
to
really
jump
good,
forward. Like
understanding
that's
what the divine
as
accounts,
a
but
person
actually
that
brought
hasn't
it
really
down to the
played
recovery
against
frame to
this
get him to punish.
variation
Drops it down one
much,
link over there.
I think the
Oh,
jump
nice
forward is the
breakaway
only like
conversion.
easy option that I
I
can
think the
find.
breakaway
Hello
was able to
Requiem, how
punish
you
the
doing?
charge, but couldn't really get
Welcome.
it in time.
I'm fully expecting Deadlock to just
So yeah, see, this is like the same range you were talking about for the rocket punch, and this is like the mid kind of thing. And this is the range that they're
do
keeping.
raw fatal blow and catch like a jump across the screen from Jackie.
Fair, nice.
Oh man,
And that could be it. That backspin
Wow.
straight into it.
There you go.
I
That's a
think
confirm.
with the fatal blow scaling changes, this is probably dead. But
Yeah,
if
should
not,
kill.
it'll be really, really close. 950 health, yeah, you're dead.
good stuff from Deadlock. Weak sauce stab. Weak sauce stab.
Usual
Yeah, that was
skips.
really good patience.
Nice block, nice
The
punish
adaptation
into the
coming out from
corner.
Deadlaugh.
And
Not letting
Lobo.
their shrapnels rock this time, but counter.
Oh my god,
Ouch.
that is free
Breakaway, yeah.
Wise choice.
Back throw. They can do Furoki.
This is jumping crossover 1-1. A lot of jabs happening at the moment. Deadlock definitely being very patient, and there it goes, it pays off.
Nice.
Ooh, this damage.
Oh, restand. Take the
I
frame
would say a good
advantage.
guess on the
No
strike.
wake up options
You
for
can
you.
say it's not punch. I can call it gash bash. One.
Okay, whiffs. Watch out for the fatal blow. You
Oh,
have
I
to
was
keep
not
your
expecting that.
staggers
Yo,
really,
this
really
is so
tight.
even in health
You
right
want
now.
to hit,
That was such a good
1 to
shimmy.
4
It's that 4-1-2
frames.
is
Nope.
the fatal blow.
Confirm.
Jeez.
GG's. Next game.
What an option from Lobo Pete. Now that ties it up to.
Is Stunner still here? I know he's yet to pick his variational character. Oh, there we go. Jordan,
Yeah,
I
dude.
take nothing back. In fact, I'm now aiming it at you.
Callum doubles down on his stubbornness.
Now, if I'm going down in this ship, I'm gonna light it on fire myself.
Charon's ship. Yo, light it on fire, then we can see something on the stage. Shit's too dark, man.
It is a battle of blades,
Yo,
My hat's blade has greater range.
but you only have round one.
you just cut him off at the end.
At least Baraka can count, I suppose.
Yo, thank you for the 10 bits.
Now, and one thing that you want to know about Kung Lao, if you don't know this character, at least he used to be when I played this game, is super fucking plus on everything. But he has some specific stuff like duckable here, flawless block there, hoppable there, all this stuff. Like this is like interruptible and shit.
As
So you
well,
really need to
speed,
know this
big wave.
character. This is all plus.
Micro up on the grab. Grab on his own. Some good stuff at the moment. Sweet.
Oh, the neutral jump straight over the
Nice.
forward two. Wait, I don't even know what that string was. Wait, a 4-1-3? Yeah.
Okay, and also he has confirms
That
from pretty much
was
everything when he has like the EX spin.
So the hat toss, point blank, just with that.
Another thing he can use is a dive kick to actually travel. So you want to keep this like range pretty much here to whiff punish him, or walk into this range to block it because it's massively punishable. But if he whiffs it and you're not ready for the whiff punish, the recovery is not so much. You actually can get punished for trying to whiff punish.
And one jab.
For the range to play at. Letting the Z-Hat rock.
Forward 4. 1-1 staggers, goes for the grab. Good stuff at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm
doesn't
starting
really get
to
anything
want
off
him
it.
to
You gotta
play
shut
Mortal
down loud.
Kombat now.
Right here with that clean confirm right there.
Which after
Yes.
like more than a week and a half of not
breakaways.
wanting to play
That's them
fighting
down.
games, it's pretty nice.
Oh,
Oh, down
Oh,
one
wow.
spin. And you were like,
Okay, another thing here. Oops, wait, before that.
oh.
So in this situation, right, many characters from the D1 cannot really do much, cannot really cancel or stagger or anything. They hit the D1, they hit it, they get the frame advantage, they can jail. They don't hit it, they have to give up their turns. Some of the characters, including Kung Lao, oops, can do shit like this. Basically open you up for it. Use the special cancel.
oh,
as a
down
stagger.
one spin. And you were like, yes, beautiful Lao. What a call out on the Z-Hat.
Oh man. Oh,
Right.
escape
Failed.
failed. Dude, kick damage is. Oh, it's gone now.
So once again, Kung Lao, the forward moving crushing blow, not crushing blow, fatal blow, much more useful to like surprise people and close movement. And I think his one is like lower range really. Like his forward range is not the greatest as far as I remember.
Just literally disappeared.
Oh,
Damn.
no. He tried to catch him just in the beginning.
Just gonna see hat.
Baraka is a fairly
Dude,
simple
yeah,
character,
doing
but
really,
he
really good
hurts
at the
like a
moment,
truck.
being very, very patient against a stunner. Oh, gets caught with a forward 4. 1-1 jab.
Now he still has that escape failed. I think he keeps using the stagger because he wants
Yeah,
to
he wants to
try
keep
and
him
get
in
him
the
to
corner.
protect as well, or he wants to just shimmy him to convert it to damage because then he has the crushing blow for after that, doesn't he? So
And the fact
can
is, if
delete
they
the
don't
entire
do the
offense. Really
spin,
good
the
call out.
cancel spin, they
No
can take
doing
their
that in
turns.
my
And
face.
their
Oh,
turn. And
nothing
you don't
said.
want to give up a turn
Yeah,
against
keep
Kung
it
Lao
simple
when
for
you
the
do
most
have a
part.
turn.
He's got
That's how the
2
stagger works.
rounds to bring things back
The
to
cancel into
basics.
spin.
Saying back, flip that moment. Double spin, triple spin.
Plus,
See
plus,
hat
plus.
again. Oh, expecting
Yo,
back.
he just a down 3
Stagger.
spin.
Oh my god.
Plus,
See hat?
Yo, he still has the crushing blow. on
plus,
the-
plus.
Please use
No,
it.
that's not actually plus.
Yeah, he's
Not the
gonna fatal,
launch.
he's gonna fatal.
The
Yeah,
the
dude.
thing down.
Like,
So
Okay,
you
hold the bar,
can
just take the
crushing
loss in
blow.
the round,
Sorry,
right?
not crushing blow. You can flawless block. If I remember right, if it's still like that. So after this,
Still has
this here has a gap. So once he does that, you can flawless block here and launch him or whatever. But
the
if
crushing
you take this and it doesn't cancel, if I remember right, it's either plus or safe.
blow in the.
But if he
Please
does that,
use
you can
it.
punish him.
He's gonna have
Yeah, he's
to.
gonna fatal. He's gonna fatal. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
take
Would've
away the
held bar,
breakaway.
Just take the loss in the round, right?
Yeah. No, that was very, very good decision. Very, very good decision. Oh man, this is damn.
And now Kung Lao doesn't have the
Chats, I totally agree with you.
the meters here.
Imagine if they gave Marauder an armor break. Imagine if it was Chop Chop.
Lol.
Imagine if it was forward
Please
four.
no.
Gets clipped by 4 Z-hat. Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
Again, just 4 Z-hats in a row. Down
I mean,
3.
look at all that chip damage. Wrap it
yeah.
up.
Nice.
Forward four
Uses
again.
the
Big
forward
big.
4-4
He's playing
to
the beta.
anti-air.
Let's go.
Jab. Oh! Here we grab. Look, see. Grandpa. Big jump 3. Looking for an opening at the moment. Just with Z-hat again. Forward 4.
Good patience on that 4-4 as well. Nice.
This is a really good point for stun. Oh no, it doesn't push
Yeah,
me.
he's not spending the crushing blow.
Yeah, he wants to hold on to it. Ooh,
Nice.
we
That was a big confirm. Opting to not spend the crushing blow. It also didn't spend the breakaway. Questionable.
Nice. So here on the rollback, not the netcode.
The crushing blow. It also didn't.
He jumped, right? Because he wanted the frame advantage of the jump. He recognized the roll. He could have done jump 4, and jump 4 might have ended like here or whatever, or here depending on the character, right? But actually extends the hitbox forward and catches with the jump 1 as a reaction.
Wait,
To the roll.
question.
See? Pretty nice. I mean, it might have hit with the jump 4, but some characters extend their hitbox forward with the jump 1. Damn. It's got the snack.
Sweeps him. I was really impressive on Stunner's part, really being able to bring things back when it seemed quite bleak in the first round, honestly.
Yeah, man. I mean, Stunner really held that together. It seemed like he just got hit by a few, pokes into spins. These like call out tactics from Boy KU, but held it together and managed to close out the last round. Really, just had all the momentum in those like final 20 seconds, and that's all you really need. I mean, you give Baraka an inch, he takes a mile.
He doesn't just take a mile. He like steals the car off you and runs you over with it. No, that's
isn't it like an analogy of the everyone else is just a 3-wheeled car from Mr. Bean? He's just constantly running you over, knocking you off the side of the road in the poor countryside road, man. He's like, hey,
Oh man.
fuck you.
Man, it'd be quite a way to go out, literally having on your your death certificate taken out by 3
Ford chopped on my gravestone. On my headstone, tried to tech.
Under it, escape. No, just even into like your grave itself, escape failed.
Oh my
That's where you're
god,
buried.
dude.
Escape failed, not even on the grave itself.
Too much.
For example, one gets the jab again. Oh.
It's the breakaway. Nice delay. Held that for the longest time ever. I literally grew a beard in that entire
Nice.
duration.
Jump back 1, I think that was. Or jump forward 1.
That was movement.
More patience being shown up. Pro Stunner.
And now another thing that like we're not talking about much. I don't know about this in this variation, but Kung Lao has a teleport, right? That basically takes him into the ground, and he comes on top of you, like in front of you. So the fireball game from Baraka has to be staggered in a way, because otherwise Kung Lao can just teleport kind of on a read. It's quite slow, but it's doable.
He's got a little bit of work to do right now, but he does have to health lead.
Air to air.
Goes
Sets
out.
the orbiting hat.
Cool. Oh man, this is gonna. He gets the whole slot.
No
Away.
trade.
Chop,
Look at that, 37%.
And into drop again.
tried to punish,
One.
didn't get it. At least he gets his turn back.
Nice, checks him down. Jabs him low.
Big confirm.
Oh, he didn't go for the. Oh, he didn't have it. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong bar for the
It's
fatal
going
blow.
really, really well for you at the moment.
He tried to interrupt the forward 1-3, but gets caught right there.
Did he just turn around and tip his hat to absolutely no one?
Tipped it to his stand. The stand is great Kung Lao.
Stuff in the grab.
Gonna open up some space. He's got a bit of a health lead right now. Obviously, Baraka doesn't get anything brokey with those throws, but over here, he can't afford to just keep blocking these hats. Low profile them if need be. And then,
Oh,
wow.
The range of that is so incredibly good. That one.
Okay, so trading with the fireball. Oof, the dive
Every
kick.
time I see that, I just imagine getting poked
Okay,
by
so here,
Ooh.
right? For example, I was talking about how stuff against Kung Lao is like quite specific interactions.
Now, every time I see that,
If he does this, right, and you stand when the hat comes back, right? So you crouch the hat, if I remember right, if it's still like that, you neutral crouch the hat after it's hit you the first time. So when it comes back, you stand and you can interrupt the flurry of punches. If you block the flurry of punches, it's plus.
I just imagine getting poked by someone relentlessly.
Or maybe not. I don't know if it's changed, but it used to be plus.
Ooh, what was that? Was he going for a base up two?
Maybe. 4-1-3 is plus blockable. Yeah, that is that. Ending in the gutted. Pushes towards the corner. Pro Stunner looking like he's basically got this figured out right now. YK is gonna have to, you know, flip up the dial on the madness.
Oh boy.
Perhaps mix him up a bit more.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. 1-1 staggers. 1-1-2 goes for the
pressure.
throw again. Keeping Q in the corner.
He's keeping him so like.
That's punishable.
He's keeping him, I was gonna say he's keeping him so respectful of the ones and the 1-1s, right? Like of these staggers. He's just afraid to kind of do anything against that.
Oh, it's cool. One spin, dive kick, checks him forward one. Gets another throw. These are gonna stack up over time.
Damn. Yeah, and he gets
really make
crushing
every
blow on
single hit
throws.
count, but gets
There
hit
we
with
go.
another grab. This is on death's doorstep. Oh, that's it.
Wow.
Oh, that was sick.
Straight into the brutal. YK was not having any of it. Ties it up 1-1.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's what we needed. I mean, that is exactly what we needed in this situation where, like, you know, Stunner was able to make him hold it down so much, but he really turned it around, started incorporating a lot more of those throws, incorporating a lot more of the staggers, and just making him guess. All those throws, like you said, just keep adding up. And eventually it's going to get to that point where, you know, you realize how bad of a situation you're in. Although Marauder can turn the tables really quickly with the damage output he gets, he still can't open you up as easily as some other characters can.
Yeah, no, 110%. 110%. It's just when you start eventually like getting grabbed relentlessly, it starts coming down to the mindset of, do I keep allowing myself to get thrown and possibly fail and take the throw, or do I neutral duck and risk getting comboed for it? You know, I mean, like the payoff is pretty big with a down 2 crushing blow, but you know, you gotta be wary of it. Coming down to it. Alright, Q1 Pro Stunner 1. He's still running a little bit of momentum from the previous round. Going for the low pokes at the moment. Stunner itching his way in. Beautiful air to air. Very early breakaway. So the 1-1 down 3 encounter. For this spin, but now Q completely out of sticks of butter to work with. Standing one.
He is going to build those back.
Beautiful stuff. Goes to the forward. It's a tag. Big jumping free. Down 3 check. Has spin.
The D3 cancel as well. Damn, the D1 cancel, the D3 cancel. This character staggers.
Oh, beautiful
like,
answer. Yeah, but it's nothing to
so
catch.
much.
The grab, okay. It's gonna be off here. Oh, looking for a jab forward, but oh no, overestimated. Works his way in a little bit too much here. Oh, doesn't finish the combo, which is a shame. Gets caught with the grab, and there's also escape failed.
Into the corner. That sucks.
Needed. Oh, beautiful throw tech right there. I'm fully expecting a raw fatal blow at some point. Oh, beautiful air to air. That's
Yeah,
not
doing
get
really
him
well.
out.
Honestly,
Watch out
has
for the
like
fatal
so
blow.
much of the damage on the table, but the dive kick
dive
is
kick.
going straight in there.
Yes,
Oh
it is.
no!
Yeah, the down 2, just enough damage to take it anyway. Absolutely robbing that round from Pro Stunner was Boy KU.
No stagger there. Like he can cancel from the double kick if I remember right too on block, just to
Oh, the chop chop.
in
Big
case you stop
damage right
blocking
there,
because you want to
almost
punish
44%
it.
taking.
Because another thing that is like particular in MK, in other games when you do stop blocking, you get a reversal. If you buffer right your normal, you will get the punish on the same frame. Say something is, I don't know, 14 frames, right? Minus 14, and you have a 14 frame normal. In another game, you can punish with a 14 frame normal. In this game, the act of getting out of the block for whatever reason takes 1 frame of your it takes 1 frame to happen. So you have to punish a minus 14 with a 13 frames move. So the act of actually getting out of block stun can be used, getting out of block animation can be used to stagger with cancels.
Oh, jabs him out of it. Down 3, goes for another throw. puts
I
him
think
back
after
for
this
it.
set, though,
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
watch out
stop
over here. You do have
and
that
do
fatal
something
blow to
else
work with, but
offline.
still, nice tech.
It's been a while. I'm pretty
Oh,
tired.
buttons are
Maybe
being
we can just
pressed.
take this like next week as well. Go back on the analysis of this.
You can 110% take this. He does have access to that fatal blow. Oh man, this is it. I think this is it. Well, the damage a bit. The skills hard to use now.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. I don't think it's dead, but it's gonna be close.
Comes down to the kick.
Yeah. Is he gonna win?
Fatal blow is
Oh,
available. Try to outread it. Okay, he can kill. Damn.
He
that was
anti-aired him.
weird.
He anti-aired him on the teleport,
godlike.
and then he converted it anyway after whiffing the fatal blow. Yo, he had all the time to work with in that ultra instinct right here.
Incredible.
Up 3.
Nice throw tech, pro stunner. Madman, dude.
That was wow.
Yo, he committed to the forward 4 into the gutted. Forced to break. It's caught by the lows.
Oh, missed some string as well. Fair enough. Oh, gets hit with this raw spin. Double spin. It's gonna be an escape throw locked in as well. It just seems like the momentum is completely ripped out on his hands. Nice. Ooh. Lights him down. What's gonna be? Stunner is now dishes but gets caught in the air to air. This
Damn.
is dead.
Just
That's
like that.
Air
man.
to air
Boy,
jump
moving
1
up.
into full conversion.
It's now 2-1. Pro
Takes
stunner.
it for
Almost had that.
Pro
You know,
EQ.
managed to take out that round really clutch, but gonna have to stop the momentum. The Lao style gameplay, this like very change in tempo and very like erratic gameplay has been catching Stunner off guard.
Yeah, no, it really has. One thing that I feel like it must bring out as well. Stunner's been losing a lot of air to airs. I think he's lost nearly every single one. So maybe maybe something that he needs to keep in mind, that he needs to watch where he jumps and be a little bit more prepared for his own good.
Yeah, for real. I mean, he's gonna stick with the magnificent A, and either way, we'll have to see what he can do. He's gonna change around. Oh, Kaiten stage! Ah! Oh, stay composed. But yeah, no, Stunner he's been playing really well, but Boy KU has been just catching him off guard so many times, able to just, you know, mix and match all these different options. That's really just racking on these small increments of damage every time. But he's basically kind of, I feel like he's almost forcing Stunner to choke a little bit in some situations. Like, did you see how he dialed in the forward 4 into the gutted in those situations? Like, he really just kind of went to Hail Marys.
It's really bad sign as well. Really bad sign. Might be a sign of composure, frustration.
Yeah,
could be
also
a
another
number of
thing
things.
actually about this matchup, because I was wondering why Baraka was crouching so much in front of him, right?
It's really bad.
So see, there's like a lot of kind of fuzzy crouch and so on. A lot of Kung Lao natural starters are high. That's why even at this range, which is like very scary to crouch at, is crouching that much, because a lot of the starters are high.
Bad sign as well. Really bad.
So see, he
sign.
was
Might
staying
be a sign
out
of
outside the
composure,
crouching 3
frustration,
short,
could be a
crouching 4,
number
whatever
of
that is,
It could just be,
and
you know, like
trying to
it's an all or
crouch to
nothing
avoid
situation.
the high
Like,
starter,
if you
because
get
he
it,
has
you
like
get
frame
it. If you
advantage
don't,
for
you're
days.
also
then.
running the risk of like you're running the chance that your opponent won't punish it properly. After this game, LT is just incorporating these
Like,
throws
plus
so
frames,
much.
so good.
And they're
Forward
adding
one,
up.
yeah,
adding
the
up.
forward one stagger and the pro game is just
Extremely
so
good
hard
character
to
as
deal
well,
with.
like
Wow.
super
You
rush
gotta
down
really find a
oriented.
different way to do it.
If you just want to do your thing, is a good character for sure.
So down 3 check. Oh, empty short hop. It's grabbed. This is where Stunner needs to make his work really come through. But
Yeah, that's true. See that wake up down 3?
Throw.
He's not respecting those staggers anymore. He knows that Stunner wants to do those 1s and the 1-1s, and he's stopping him from doing that. Stunner getting opened up right here.
Play back into the
throw.
corner.
This will be problematic. Oh, goes for the wake up, but no one
gonna
home.
hurt.
Double
One more
spin,
touch.
goes for it again. Oh, unfortunate. Stunner's just making every wrong
Yeah,
decision in the
GG's.
book.
So I was saying one more
Just
touch
like that,
actually
man.
meant one
Boy
more
KU
touch.
taking it 3-1 over
The
Pro
damage
Stunner.
is like quite insane.
Oh wow, look at how Rock is spinning out. Look at how he's spinning out.
Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Thanks for watching. I'll shoot you over to Ixin. Bye bye. And see you tomorrow for... What are we doing tomorrow? What are we streaming? What are we analyzing? We're analyzing Ultra tomorrow. So there's full day of Ultra. Bye bye.